Welcome all of you to this issue of Science Magazine. I am Nisha Bharadwaj. Today you will listen to an interview on works and achievements of CSIR-CRRI. Expert is Professor Dr. Manoranjan Parida, Director CSIR, Central Road Research Institute, New Delhi, and interviewer is Kaushik Roy.
It's indeed a privilege to have in the studios today the CSIR Central Road Research Institute's Director, Professor Manoranjan Parida. The CSIR Central Road Research Institute is a premier national laboratory and it was established in 1952. It's a constituent of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research and is engaged in carrying out research and development projects on design, construction and maintenance of roads, runways, traffic and transportation planning of mega and medium cities, as well as the management of roads in different terrains, improvement of marginal materials, utilization of industrial waste in road construction, landslide control, ground improvement, environmental pollution, and a host of other things. Professor Parida, it's indeed our privilege, as I mentioned. Welcome to the studios. So, sir, can you please tell us about the work that CSIR Central Road Research Institute is involved in?
Thank you very much for inviting me to this particular show. This year, 15th of July, we have celebrated 73rd Foundation Day. The Institute has completed 72 years of its existence. We were started in 1952 and we have traveled the entire journey of the nation, starting from the bullock cart oriented transport to the second largest road network in the world. Now India holds the second largest road network. As the name signifies, Central Road Research Institute, besides road, we also work on metro rail system, we also work on airports. Our activities are split into 7 R&D divisions. One is Flexible Pavement Division, the other one Rigid Pavement Division, Pavement Evaluation Division, Geotechnical Engineering Division, then Bridge Engineering and Structures, Transport Planning and Environment, Traffic Engineering and Safety. We work with the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, National Highway Authority of India, NHIDCL, Border Roads Organization, Ministry of Defence. We work with different state governments and provide our services with respect to different forms of highway infrastructure development in the country.
Professor Parida, you mentioned a very wonderful fact that today India has the second largest amount of road network in the world. So this is something which every Indian needs to be proud of. But at the same time, due to so many things we are changing, global warming, climate change, etc., and especially in a country like India where there is so much transport on roads, how do you think we have to bring a balance between public transportation and private transportation?
I would like to take you a little back. The Master Plan of Delhi was prepared in 1961 and after that the comprehensive traffic transportation study was done by Delhi. And when we developed these comprehensive traffic transport strategies, we tried to emphasize on modes which are sustainable. The feasibility study for Delhi Metro was prepared by CRRI in 1989. National Urban Transport Policy of 2006, it focuses that we should be shifting more and more towards public transport, especially large metropolitan cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. The share of public transport is supposed to be more than 75%. Central Road Research Institute undertakes various transport planning studies by which it is possible to ensure adequate and substantial patronage of public transport as per the National Urban Transport Policies.
You mentioned that the various areas that the CSIR-CRRI Institute is working on, one of them is the road and bridge engineering and structures. So this is very important because from not only safety point of view but also from the economic point of view. So what is the specific work that goes on in the road engineering and structures and the bridge engineering and structures?
With respect to the roads, I'll say that I mentioned about 3 divisions. Flexible Pavement, Rigid Pavement and Pavement Evaluation Division. So in the flexible pavement division, we have worked on various development of new materials. We also provide our services in terms of developing mixed designs for the various road construction activities. We have been providing our services for the various highway development projects, both for the national highways and for border roads. And some of the new materials which we have developed, that is like we have worked on biobitumen, we have worked on CGBM, then how to recycle the pavement so that we can optimize the resources. You have two different processes, one hot construction and cold mix constructions. So we have developed processes by which the cold mix constructions can be used for road construction. Then the rigid pavement division works on cement concrete pavement, and it has very successfully executed the cement concrete pavement project in the city of Nagpur. It provides its services both with respect to design, construction and maintenance of cement concrete pavements all across the country. Pavement Evaluation Division has taken up major benchmark projects. One is the Odisha Road Asset Management Study for 23,000 kilometers of state highway network. So where we understand the road condition, the structural functional condition, and on the basis of that we will provide the maintenance recommendation. Similar study we have completed for the state of Kerala, and they have also undertaken studies in other parts of the country with respect to understanding the current road conditions, and also suggest the various remedial actions for their longevity, for their sustainability. So I'll mention a few bridge projects. One of the major facility which Central Road Research Institute has is called Mobile Bridge Inspection Unit, and with that we have undertaken condition monitoring of the various bridges. So one important project which is currently going on is condition monitoring of 304 bridges in the state of Odisha, and we have also undertaken the third party quality audit post construction of Dwarka Expressway. So before this Dwarka Expressway was open to traffic, the detailed quality assessment was undertaken by Central Road Research Institute. Typically we use our mobile bridge inspection unit and do condition monitoring, understand especially for the old bridges what is their existing condition, then try to recommend the various rehabilitation strategies. And one new project we are developing which is known as the testing facility for bridge expansion joint. So it's a very unique national level facility. The facility is currently not existing, and it will certainly help on improving the quality of expansion joint for bridges and for the elevated structures.
Right.
And we also do, I'll say, the design of the bridges. Sometimes like the cause of failure, if a failure has taken place, then we try to analyze it both with respect to the foundation and the superstructure. So that failure analysis is also done as part of bridge engineering and structures.
There are also three important areas that CSIR Central Road Research Institute is working on. One is the traffic engineering and safety, transport planning and environment, which is very important, and also garbage management of the roads or highways, if I can say. I would also request you to kindly enlighten our listeners on these three important areas of the CRRI.
So I'll start with traffic engineering and safety. So in terms of traffic engineering and safety, we undertake road safety audit for the various kind of network to understand like what are the issues with respect to the safety perspective. Currently for Odisha, we are doing road safety audit for 7,000 kilometers of road network, and we have done a similar large scale study for Karnataka. So we try to identify the various geometric issues, how they need to be rectified. Our traffic engineering safety division has been involved in a project known as iRaste Nagpur. So where various like ADAS system, advanced driver assistance system, and driver monitoring system was fitted into 250 buses in Nagpur. That helped us to identify the way the drivers drive, and on that basis we try to identify grey spots. Normally we know the black spots in traffic engineering, but grey spots are the one which do not have an accident record, but they indicate that they are potential locations which might emerge as black spots where you can expect accidents to happen, fatalities, major injury, minor injuries. So on a proactive basis, we could identify those grey spots and we have worked out the remedial action plan. Besides that, the Transport Planning Environment Division, typically I mentioned about the comprehensive traffic transport study that was done by both the divisions together. Then the feasibility of Delhi Metro, so that was done by our Transport Planning Division. We have prepared comprehensive mobility plan for Ghaziabad, and currently we are in the process of preparing comprehensive mobility plan for Bharatpur. We have prepared CMP for Ahmedabad. So comprehensive mobility plans are prepared. And coming back to the environment, which is very important, we have completed a study which is estimation of carbon avoidance due to widening of the national highways. So typically we see there is lot of plantation. So that was a study CRRI did along with IIP Dehradun, then TERI and IORA. So that's an agency which works on plantation aspect, and we try to understood that the national highway widening which has taken place. So if you take into account the entire process of construction, maintenance, we could find out what is the net carbon savings because of improved highway development, and the same report was submitted to Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, released by Honorable Minister. We have taken other projects like traffic noise is one aspect. We have completed studies for Gujarat, for Rajasthan, and doing a statewide study in Goa currently. The various noise abate measures, including design of noise barrier, has been developed by this Transport Planning and Environment Group. Under the mission Waste to Wealth of Honorable Prime Minister, who is President of CSR Society, CRRI has undertaken various activities related to that. We have used municipal solid waste for highway construction in the embankments, specifically for the Dwarka Expressway project. A lot of the municipal solid waste dumped from Ghazipur in Delhi, they have been put to use. It's a matter of great pleasure to share CRRI started working on this industrial waste material way back in 1994. So that dates back to especially the usage of fly ash for road construction. The initial embankments of Nizamuddin Bridge, which is also known as Indo-Japan Friendship Bridge. So initial approaches to the Nizamuddin Bridge was constructed by using fly ash, and there are many other industrial waste in which CRRI has worked. To name a few is like the zinc waste, the copper slag waste, then the steel slag. In fact, even we have used the waste plastic also for road construction. So under Waste to Wealth mission, we are working on several waste material, and two of our projects are currently in limelight. One is the steel slag, and even we are also working on alumina, the red mud for road construction.
So on this steel slag road technology, which is paving the way to building stronger and eco-friendly national highways, recently Niti Aayog's member Science and Technology Dr. V.K. Saraswat had inaugurated the first national highway steel slag road section on National Highway 66 on the Mumbai-Goa highway. So please could you throw light on that?
So it has been one of the successful examples with which CSIR-CRRI has been involved. The National Highway 66 between Mumbai and Goa. This is a 4-lane national highway, and we developed test sections in front of the JSW steel plant at Dolby, and on one of the directions we have used steel slag for construction of bituminous pavement, the flexible pavement. The other side is the cement concrete pavement, and in all layers the steel slag has been utilized. So this is basically replacement of the natural aggregates. We have seen in the process of the highway development, many mountains, many hillocks, they have been totally abolished. Currently India is at the second place in terms of road infrastructure. We are supposed to grow, we have to grow. So we need to really find substitutes of these natural aggregates, so we can preserve our mountains, forests.
Yes.
And it is just not Dolby, NH66. We tried in Surat, Hazira. We worked with 4 industrial partners. Along with JSW Steel, we worked with AMNS India, we worked with Tata Steel and RINL, and we have done experiments at Surat, we have done experiments in Jamshedpur and Arunachal Pradesh, and obviously it provides substantial reduction in thickness and overall environment benefits while we are developing highways using the steel slag aggregates.
To conclude, could you tell us about the various joint ventures that you are involved in? You already mentioned that you're working with so many institutions, but very important areas where CSIR-CRRI is collaborating with other agencies or institutions.
We work very closely with various ministries of Government of India.
Right.
I mentioned about that, MORTH, then NHI, DCL, even we work with Ministry of Steel, Ministry of Textile, Ministry of Rural Development. So that's like the various series of ministries. We work with different state governments. We work with industries. The steel slag example I have shown.
Yes.
And for other products also, we work with the highway construction sector very, very closely. And then we have even our partners that runs into different academic institutes. We have currently MOU with more than 20 IITs, NITs, central universities, and another 10 MOUs are currently in the pipeline. Then we also work with our sister laboratories at CSIR-CRRI. Our partners are CSIR-NPL, our partners are CSIR-CBRI, NIRI Nagpur with AMPRI Bhopal. So CMERI Durgapur, some of our equipments like mobile bridge inspection unit has been developed along with CMERI Durgapur. Then the driving simulator was developed in association with CSIO Chandigarh. We also collaborate with our sister laboratories of CSIR.
Professor Manoranjan Parida, thank you so very much for joining us in the studios today and sharing so much important information about the CSIR Central Road Research Institute. We thank you for joining us in the studios today. We also thank you for sharing all the great work that your institution is doing in various road transport and public transport areas. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you very much for this opportunity to share the details about CSIR Central Road Research Institute.
Now some science news. Scientists have uncovered a new strain of lactic acid bacterium that could be a promising candidate for broader probiotic utilization beyond the dairy industry. The researchers from Agarkar Research Institute, Pune, and Autonomous Institute of the Department of Science and Technology were keen to uncover the hidden potential of S. Thermophilus, often acclaimed for its role as a starter culture in various dairy products, through a collaborative genome analysis. The 3-day International Conference on Women in Quantum Science and Technology was inaugurated on July 17, 2024 at the S.N. Bose Center for Basic Sciences, Kolkata, as part of the year-long celebration of Bose-Einstein statistics. In 1924, Bose authored the last of the 4 revolutionary publications which led to the new quantum mechanics, the others being those of Planck in 1900, Einstein in 1905, and Niels Bohr in 1913. Half the fundamental particles in the universe, bosons, are named after him. S.N. Bose National Center for Basic Sciences, an autonomous research institute established in 1986 under Department of Science and Technology, DST, Government of India, to honor the life and work of Professor S.N. Bose, is celebrating the centenary of Bose's colossal work in 2024 by organizing 3 international conferences and several outreach programs throughout the year. The Women in Quantum Science and Technology is one of these 3 conferences. With this issue of Science Magazine ends. Narrated by Nisha Bharadwaj and presented by Dilip Jha. This broadcast came to you from Indraprastha channel of Akashwani, Delhi.